Yeah, so yeah, that's right. We went pretty strong, pretty heavy on the rehearsals, especially with the fast roping. We had one of our assaulters, I think his name was Sergeant First Class Pinheiro, actually went down the rope without gloves on. So I think it was just a matter of us doing rehearsals nonstop, back to back, and we had to. I mean, we had to go at it hard. We wanted to make sure there were, minimize as much as we could Murphy and any errors, any mistakes. And we wanted to kind of do a gradual build-up, so we started fast roping at 30, then we went up to 40 or 50 and 60, all the way up to 90 feet. So there was a lot of preparation going to that. Then we would do it slick with no equipment, then we'd put just our LBE and our kit on, then we'd put our LBE and our kit and our rucks on, then we'd have the weapons, and so we just started gradually building up to a full-on full mission profile fast roping. Yeah, the 617th and Charlie Company rehearsed extensively together. It wasn't long before we became a pretty, well cohesive, if you will, unit. We knew the pilots really well. You know how it is on a team. You can see somebody at night on your team just by the way they look, the profile and the shadow, their silhouette. Each individual on your team, but just we got to the point where we could tell, which of the pilots were flying, which birds, which the crew chiefs. We could tell which crew chief was in which bird. So when you get to that point, I think it's a strong indicator that you're working together, intensively, and that's kind of what we got to that level. Car 15 203 version with the MP5, and also had a pistol. It was an M9, and as I recall, we used the Eagle, first version of the Eagle holster, and it was all nylon holster and nylon belt with a nylon loop, and that was all black nylon with an additional magazine pouch in the front of the pistol pouch, if you will. What I think was somewhere in the neighborhood of 14 to 17 stories, we weren't quite sure, 200 plus feet up in the air. We're fast roping on the top of this building, and the big concern was with the winds coming off the ocean there, how would that affect the aircraft that's not only concerned about being pushed off the top of the roof, but also we have obstacles with the antennas. So we have a pilot that has to, not run the rotors into the antennas and not push the ropes off the top of the building where you have an assaulter basically fast roping into midair and doing a 200-foot free fall to the ground. So, yeah, I mean, folks are really concerned about that, but I do know there was a high degree of confidence in the aviation crew, in the 617th, the pilots, their crew chiefs, because we had worked with them, we had rehearsed with them, we had trained them with them for months prior. And again, they were just as much a part of our organization, our team, our assault force as an assault team member. The first guy into the radio room, just because that's how dynamically, I ended up in the stack. And then going in, I do remember seeing it was a radio about the size, a cassette player, if you will, about the size of a loaf of bread. It was taped to a microphone with what looked like electrical tape, or maybe it was 100-mile-an-hour tape, and it was on constant replay. So it would go, the cassette tape would go all the way to the end, click, click, and it would go back and start playing it all the way to the end, click, click, and back to the start again. And my opportunity to engage, the first thing I engage isn't a threat human being or another bad guy with a weapon. It's actually a cassette player that's tied up to a microphone or taped to a microphone. Examining, what was the cause or what enabled us to do that mission without having any serious injuries or KIAs or WIAs. I'd have to say it was the level of training, preparation, and commitment. We were committed to that mission and mission success. Not only that, it'd be any mission that was given to us. So yeah, I think that had to, more than anything, is just the level, the intense level of training that was put into